Well, hello there, friends, at the Hymns for Life at the Shining Rose live stream. And so glad to spend an hour with you. Let's say it's about an hour today for those of you that can manage to spend the hour. What we're about to watch is a special that we created, kind of marking the release of the Hymns for Life album. Now, there's two key motivators in me doing this project, okay? One of them was it was summer 2020 and we were in the thick of the the pandemic haze. No idea how long this was going to go on. And I started thinking about the way old songs bring comfort to us. Our situations change. All this stuff is going on around us. And when we're stressed out, when we're uncertain about a lot of things, listening to an old song, singing an old song that has brought us comfort in the past is incredibly helpful. So I thought, I'm going to mark COVID by creating a collection of hymns. I'm going to reinterpret them. I'm going to maybe write a couple of little new, fresh refrains for them. And so that's what we set out to do with good friends, my longtime producer, Philip Jantz, Brian Thiessen, and many other people that I've worked with on music for years. The second reason I wanted to do this project was this. My father, Harry Dirksen, is currently 85 years old. We lost my mom 8 years ago. For a year, my dad couldn't sing. He was too heartbroken. And but eventually he started getting back into singing, and he just kept on singing. And this is where I think the patterns that we develop when we're younger pay off when we're older. And it's like it's a well-formed trail or track or pattern in his life. And there was a couple of little health issues happening with him, and we were kind of waiting post-COVID to have a large concert, maybe film it with the children's choir, a string section, my full band. And all of a sudden I thought, you just don't know how much time we've got, my dad has. Let's just do what we can do right now. Let's get my dad over, a couple of Philip, my producer, playing acoustic grand piano. Let's do some simple acoustic versions of these hymns. But let's I'll get Luke, my son-in-law, to film my dad and me having a walk and talk about the hymns and what they mean to him and why he's still singing them. So that's what you're about to see. And I'm glad to share it with you. Today in Canada, we mark this Thanksgiving Sunday. Tomorrow's the official holiday. I know Americans think that's weird. They celebrate Thanksgiving in late November. Europeans don't have it as an official holiday at all. I think for all of us as people of faith, every day is Thanksgiving, right? We give thanks for the gift of life, for music, for one another. And so I'm going to be here. I'm going to be participating in the chat. I'm going to be watching that as it go. If you have a comment or question as you're watching, feel free to make a comment. I'll interact with you. And then when it's done, it takes just under 50 minutes. I'll be here and I'll check back in with you and we'll have a final little chat together. And you can even have some questions or whatever. I'll respond to that kind of stuff at the end. Okay, so without further ado, and special thanks to my son-in-law, Luke Vandevert, who directed this, and to Philip Jantz, my producer, who edited and mixed the audio. Here is Hymns for Life at the Shining Rose. Of the many vivid childhood memories growing up in this home, hearing my father reviewing the Sunday hymns on Saturday evenings is one of the most special. I didn't have enough life experience to realize what a formative gift it was to have a father like this. By the time I was 15 and rebellious, I foolishly vowed I was not going to be like my dad. In my youthful pride, I thought the hymns my dad loved to sing represented dead religion. Thankfully, when I was 16, I had a profound spiritual encounter, and the course of my life changed. When I started recording my own songs on albums in 2002, I made a decision to include a hymn on each project. It took a few years, but I went from loathing hymns to loving them. Through the years, I've come to realize that hymns are anchors of hope in the stormy seas of suffering. Faith and music are inseparable for most of us. The songs that best express that bond endure. We call those songs hymns after they have served for several lifetimes, tenderly accompanying us in every season of living and preparing us to cross the sacred threshold of dying. By taking up the song of previous generations, we affirm that those who have passed away are still with us, and we're joining them on their journey. These abiding hymns declare to all generations that none of us are alone. What a friend we have in Jesus. All our sins and griefs to bear. And what a privilege to carry everything to God in prayer. Oh, what peace we often forfeit. Oh, what needless pain we bear. And all because we do not carry everything to God in prayer. Now the trials and temptations, is there trouble anywhere? When we feel down and discouraged, take it to the Lord in prayer. Can we find a friend so faithful, who will all our sorrows share? The words for the enduring hymn, It Is Well, were written by Horatio Spafford, a successful businessman from Chicago. He and his wife Anna were blessed with 5 children, though they lost their one son from pneumonia in 1871. In 1873, the family took a trip to Europe by ship. However, a last-minute complication with his business meant Horatio didn't accompany his wife and 4 daughters. He would follow later. About 4 days into Anna and daughter's crossing of the Atlantic, their ship, the Ville du Havre, collided with the iron-hulled Scottish ship, the Loch Earn. It took only 12 minutes for the ship to sink, and the 4 Spafford daughters were lost beneath the waves. Hours later, a sailor rowing a small boat over the spot where the ship went down spotted a woman floating on a piece of the wreckage. It was Anna, still alive. Days later, when she eventually landed in Cardiff, she wired her husband, "Saved alone. What shall I do?" Mr. Spafford boarded the next available ship to join his grieving wife. With the ship about 4 days out, the captain called Spafford to his cabin and told him they were over the place where his daughters drowned. According to Bertha Spafford Vester, a daughter born after the tragedy, Spafford wrote, "It is well," while on this journey. I'm the father of 4 daughters as well, all of whom are thankfully still alive. I've experienced loss, but nothing like Horatio's. Yet I still relate with the way he responded, penning poetic words expressing sorrow and faith, and ultimately the miracle of peace that comes as a gift from God. The story behind this hymn is one of the reasons It Is Well became so precious to millions of people. Here to help me sing It Is Well is my father, Harry Dirksen. Thanks so much, Dad, for doing this one more time with me.
It's a wonderful privilege for me.
When peace like a river attendeth my way, when sorrows like sea billows roll, whatever my lot, thou hast taught me to say, it is well with my soul. Though Satan should buffet, though trials should come, let blessed assurance control that Christ hath regarded my helpless estate, and has shed his own blood for my soul. It is well.
It is well
With my soul.
with my soul.
It is well. It is well with my soul. Redeemed, oh, the bliss of this glorious thought. My sin not in part, but the whole is nailed to the cross, and I bear it no more. Praise the Lord, oh my soul. shall be sights. The clouds be rolled back as a scroll. The drums shall resound, and the Lord shall descend. Even so, it is well with my soul. It is well.
It is well
With my soul,
with my soul.
it is well with my soul. It is well with my soul.
You were the one who first showed me a love of the hymns of faith. Where did your love for the hymns start?
Well, I think, yeah, I was just a boy, young boy, and I loved to hear my mother sing hymns when she was working in the kitchen, by the, doing the dishes, whatever. And then there were occasions when Dad would join her on his mandolin. So there was mandolin and Mother's soprano voice that really impacted me. And I heard harmony, and so I started singing
Oh, wow.
alto. While Mother was singing the hymns, I was singing along with her, just in a little ways away, so I didn't want to interfere, but I could hear the harmony, and I joined in with an alto line.
How old were you when you started this?
I must have been about 9, 10, something
Wow.
like that. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Similar age when I have these vivid memories of you, singing the hymns here at our house.
Ah, yes.
You
When I
know.
would prepare to lead worship with
Yeah.
hymns at the church.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Ah, yes.
And what is it if you would, how would you describe what hymns and really the singing of them has meant to you throughout your life?
Well, definitely certain hymns in particular impacted me more than others because it just seemed to fit in with the experiencing that I was having.
Okay.
Sometimes there was sadness, disappointment, and certain hymns would just impact me dramatically. So, especially hymns where I felt the melody and the words were perfect combination.
Yeah.
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 I was thinking, for example, Be Still My Soul. I've been so impacted by that hymn for a long time
Yeah.
because that melody, that music by Sibelius, Finlandia, I think even my dad played that on the mandolin sometimes.
Okay. So it
And
was.
so it goes way, way back,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't know if you remember the conversation, but I said, "Hey, Dad, I'm gonna do a hymns album. Is there a hymn you'd like to sing with me?" And you picked, "Be Still My Soul," and what's interesting about that hymn is that it was written by Katharina von Schlegel in German in the 1700s. Then a woman named Jane Borthwick translated it to English in the 1800s, and then eventually it was paired with that melody,
Yeah.
Finlandia, right, by Jean Sibelius.
Sibelius,
But there's something, it's like it took several hundred years but all of a sudden it just came together. It feels like completely
Yes.
unified,
Yes,
right? The
yes,
melody, the
yes.
words.
Yeah.
And so now
Exactly.
here you are. You like to call yourself a junior senior. You're almost on the cusp of your 85th birthday, and you're still singing these hymns.
Yeah, they still impact me dramatically, actually. You know, yes, very, very much so. That hymn in particular. Then, of course, the hymn that has impacted me in many ways over time is "It Is Well," because when I heard that story, that, and then the hymn and the story combined like that, that took on very, very important meaning for me.
Right. It's a way of expressing faith in the middle of loss, right?
Yes, yes, exactly, exactly.
Yeah. It's such a gift, isn't it, to be able to sing songs that previous generations sang as their song, and then to take it into yourself and go, well, I'm going to sing this too. Now maybe we
Yeah.
reinterpret it a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, maybe I've done a little bit of that in my days.
Yes, you have. Yes.
But it's still it's done out of respect
yes.
and love for what previous generations have
Yes.
expressed.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Yes. Yeah, it ties me in with the past. So
Yeah. And it helps us really truly remember that we walk this journey of faith with all generations, with those who
That's-
have gone before us,
yes,
right? Like
yes, exactly.
we
exactly.
we get caught up in what our generation needs and wants and how we express ourselves, but when we sing a hymn, we're saying, hey, we're not walking alone.
That's right.
The people that have passed away are still with us. Their
Yes.
songs are
Yes.
still with us.
Exactly.
And
Yes.
then, you know, we're harmonizing together.
Yes, I keep thinking about the hymn again. Be still. It says, "Though dearest friends depart,"
Yeah.
you know, yet there's that hope.
Yeah.
There's that promise. I'm just, the last few days I've been impacted by my devotionals that fit in perfectly with that hymn again. You know? And wow.
And you think about that moment recorded in 3 of the 4 Gospels, right? You know
Yes.
what I'm talking about.
Oh, yes.
The disciples and Jesus, they go out on the lake. He falls asleep.
Yes.
And they can't believe it. He's sleeping. And this terrible storm comes along.
Yes.
And finally they manage to wake him up. And you know, they're like, aren't you gonna save us? What are you gonna do?
Yes.
And
yes.
do you remember, of course, the famous words that he says when he speaks to the storm?
Oh,
Be still.
be still. Exactly.
Right?
yes.
Like it's that for me it reverberates over all the storms. Like, you know, when we're in the middle of it, we don't even know if we're gonna get out of it alive.
Yeah, that's
And the
right.
words of Jesus come, be still.
Be still. Yes.
Be still my soul. And we can sing it over each other, and we can sing it to our own soul.
That's right. Exactly. Yes. Yes. I'm singing it to myself, but I'm thinking of my 2 neighbors who lost their partners
Oh,
very recently. You know, and they're grieving deeply right now.
Yeah.
But I carry this hope, you know, as I sing this song. Yes.
Yeah, and thank you for still singing that. Thank you for the example you've shown me and many others that we can sing the songs of faith through every season, like through the hard seasons, through the good season,
Yes.
and I'm grateful.
It's true. It's a privilege for me, for sure. Yeah.
Be still, my soul. The Lord is on your side. Bear patiently the cross of grief or pain. Leave to your God through thorny ways leads to a joyful end. Be still, my soul, for God will undertake to guide in future days as in the past. Your hope, your confidence, let nothing shake. All now mysterious shall be clear at last. Be still, my soul, the waves and wind still know His voice who ruled them while He dwells below. Be still, my soul, though dearest friends depart, and all is dark and in the veil of tears. Then shall you better know His love is far, who comes to soothe your sorrows and your fears. Be still, my soul, your Jesus can repay from His own fullness. All pain takes away. Be still, my soul, when change and tears are past, all safe and blessed, we shall meet at last. Be still, my soul. Be still, my soul. Be still, my soul.
Softly and Tenderly was written by Will Thompson, who wrote all types of songs. He decided to dedicate his songwriting to Christian songs after attending a meeting by popular evangelist Dwight Moody. Years later, when he visited the dying Moody in the hospital, Moody apparently said to him, "Will, I would rather have written Softly and Tenderly than anything I have been able to do in my whole life." Moody's tribute of Thompson speaks of the enduring gift of songs that serve people in their time of need. For my Hymns for Life project, I decided to medley this hymn with one of my songs on the same theme, called Still Small Voice. Here to help me sing softly and tenderly is Stephanie Esau.
Softly Softly and tenderly, Jesus is calling, calling for you and for me. See on the portals, he's waiting and watching, watching for you and for me. Come home, come home. Ye who are weary, come home. Earnestly, tenderly, Jesus is calling, calling, oh sinner, come home. Oh, for the wonderful love he has promised, promised for you and for me. Though we have sinned, he has mercy and pardon, pardon for you and for me. Come home, come home. Ye who are weary, come home. Earnestly, tenderly, Jesus is calling, calling, oh sinner, come home. When I hear your still small voice, your kindness stirs me within. Lord, I need to hear your voice, to lead me and break me once again. Speak, my Lord, I want to hear your voice. Is all that I need. Speak, my Lord, I will obey your voice. Is life to me. Softly and tenderly, Jesus is calling, calling for you and for me.
Most people think Morning is Broken is a song written by Cat Stevens from the early 1970s. Actually, he was covering a hymn. The tune was from the late 1800s, a Scottish Gaelic tune called Bunison, and the words were written in 1931 by Eleanor Farrar-John in the little English village of Alriston in East Sussex. I have vivid memories of my dad recording the song with the Ambassadors Quartet when I was a boy, so I decided to record a new version of it, also with a quartet, this time made up of my father and I, along with Philip Jantz and his father Ken.
Morning has broken like the first morning. Blackbird has spoken like the first bird. Praise for the singing, praise for the morning, praise for them springing fresh from the word. Sweet the rain's new fall, sunlit from heaven, like the first dew fall on the first grass. Praise for the sweetness of the wet garden, sprung in completeness where his feet pass. Mine is the sunlight, mine is the morning, born of the one light, angels all play. Praise with elation, praise every morning, God's recreation of the new day. Morning has broken like the first morning. Blackbird has spoken like the first bird. Praise for the singing, praise for the morning, praise for them springing fresh from the word.
The voice is always speaking, gently, like a whisper. Sometimes we scarcely hear it in our bustling, clamoring world. Several thousand years ago, our world changed when Abraham heard the voice and responded in faith. Jesus spoke often about this theme. He is the good shepherd, and his sheep hear his voice. This hymn, I Heard the Voice of Jesus Say, was originally written by Horatius Bonar in 1846 in Scotland. He was looking for a way to describe the voice of Jesus to children because he felt like they weren't connecting with the older music in use at his church. I added a simple refrain
where I affirm that I heard the voice in the past and I hear the voice in the present. This journey of faith is about the past and the present. Here to help me sing I Heard the Voice is my friend and fellow bandmate from the Sheer Poets, Teresa Trask.
I heard the voice, the voice. I hear the voice, the voice. I heard the voice, the voice. I hear the voice, the voice. I heard the voice of Jesus say, "Come unto me and rest. Lay down, O weary one, lay down your head upon my breast." I came to Jesus as I was, so weary, worn, and sad. I found in him a resting place, and he has made me glad. I heard the voice of Jesus say, "Behold, I freely give the living water. Thirsty one, stoop down and drink and live." I came to Jesus and I drank of that life-giving stream. My thirst was quenched, my soul revived, and now I live in him. I heard the voice, the voice. I hear the voice, the voice. I heard the voice, the voice. I hear the voice, the voice. I heard the voice of Jesus say, "I am this dark world's light. Look unto me, your morn shall rise, and all your days be bright." And I look to Jesus, and I found in him my star, my sun. And in that light of life I'll walk till traveling days are done. I heard the voice. I hear the voice, the voice. I heard the voice, the voice, the voice. I hear the voice, the voice. I heard the voice, the voice, the voice. I hear the voice, the voice.
My Hymns for Life album ends with the precious hymn, Just As I Am. This was one of my mother's favorite hymns. I'm dedicating this to her memory and singing it as an expression of gratitude for my parents, grandparents, and all who have kept these timeless hymns alive for our generation. Joining me on piano and vocals, long-term friend and producer of the Hymns for Life project, Philip Jantz.
Just as I am, without one plea, but that thy blood was shed for me, and that thou bidst me come to thee, O Lamb of God, I come, I come, just as I am, though tossed about with many a conflict, many a doubt, fightings within and fears without, O Lamb of God, I come, I come. Just as I am, poor wretched light, side riches healing of the mind, yea, all I need in thee I find, O Lamb of God, I come, I come. Just as I am, thou wilt receive, wilt welcome, pardon, cleanse, relieve, because thy promise I receive, O Lamb
Friends, you made it through almost an hour there. Hymns for Life live at the Shining Rose. Yeah, special thanks to all of those people that were there on your credits, and special thanks to each of you for just tuning in today. You know, we're marking Thanksgiving weekend here in Canada. Those of you in the rest of the world, like we said before, every day is a chance to be grateful. If anybody's got any pressing questions before I go, I did find out from one of you that you had purchased the album and couldn't transfer it to your iPad. So send me an email. Go to briandirksen.com, and there's a contact link there. You can email me if you've got any questions. And just looking over at the chat, just people saying thank you. Well, hey, yeah, thank you. Thanks for joining us. And special thanks for those of you that have purchased the album. Like, we're going to carry on with what we've been doing. This special is going to be a free bonus gift to anybody who purchases the album in any format, digital, CD, or vinyl. And if you can believe it, we actually pressed this album, Hymns for Life, on vinyl records. And I've been reading how crazy hard it is now for companies to get even the material to make vinyl records. Well, I already did it. The vinyl records are sitting here at our house, and we'd love to ship them out if you're so inclined to actually play good old-fashioned vinyl. I love collecting vinyl records, but whatever format you listen to, hope you get a chance to listen to it. And yeah, well, the Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn his face towards you and give you peace. Shalom. Each of you, you are deeply loved, and enjoy the rest of your day. Rest well, and I'll see you next time. Bye.